What is up, everybody? Good afternoon. It is Sunday, and I just want to start out with making this video for today. I know it's half an hour before the Forex markets opens, but I've been getting so many different emails and some random Facebook requests about if I can do an actual full video on why I trade USDJPY, why I trade gold, how those pairs inverse, any other free tips on trading, any other free advice that I can give out, and how I start out with trading throughout the day, throughout the week, and what are my goals for this year and all that stuff. So I've been getting so much requests and random emails, and so I don't know, where to turn to and who to talk to, and because it'd be too much replying back on comments on my videos and just trying to send an email back to each individual. And so I want to make this video. It's gonna be long. It'll probably be more than an hour. And as soon as the market opens, I will show you what I anticipate. And so, like I said, I'll show you guys what I still have. And so I still have these positions open. Okay. And it's really, it's really it's a lot to take in. And the first thing I'll talk about is what Forex broker to choose. If you live in the US, you're limited to what brokers you can choose from. So I have on the tab here Forex brokers who accept US clients. Easy, plain and simple. Type it in on Google and I'll show you guys exactly which one I went after first. Girl, I'm busy. Daddy's busy, okay? Yeah. Alright, so I'll show you guys how to do that. Otherwise, she's gonna get in. Let's see here. Forex Factory has plenty of forums, but this is the best forum that I've seen so far. If you click on this, you can find it on here. Brokers which accept US clients at Forex Factory, they have a forum that talks about which Forex brokers accept US clients, and they have a list. And then they're constantly updating as well. There's other websites as well. Earn Forex, I clicked on that before. It's not really great on Earn Forex. Baby Pips is a pretty good website as well. They give out free training, education, all that stuff on how to trade. I recommend Baby Pips for anyone. Daily Forex is alright. It's not the best, but Forex Factory is by far the most. Once you click on it, it's the most. Here it is. Pretty self-explanatory. You get to see FinPro, LMFX, Renaissance Capital, FX Glory, Real Trade, FX Choice, Trader's Way, Real Forex, Pax Forex, TradeWise. There's another one called LQDFX. There are some minor ones as well. There's other US Forex brokers as well that's in here, that's listed, and I mean there's a lot to look at. This is where I started off like back in March. I started looking because I wasn't really happy with Trader's Way. I wasn't, and so there had to be a better broker out there, and I'm glad that I actually took the time. You have to take the time to reevaluate and re-educate yourself on finding out which broker you want to be with. And if you're a high risk aggressive trader, you got to find the lowest spreads and the lowest commissions. That's it. And I mean, unless you're willing to pay high spreads, that's on you. But that's me. I mean, high risk, aggressive trader guy, go with low spreads all day. Got to. And so far, FinPro has offered the lowest spreads and the lowest commissions if you go with the pure ECN account. Yes, leverage is only 200 to 1. You can request 400 to 1 leverage if you do the no bonus account. And so, I mean, I'm still going to try and go with LMFX, like I said, in a week or two here, for just straight swing positions. I'm talking about long-term trading, like 1 week, like a weekly weekly swing position, or a 2-week swing position, because they have by far, they don't charge any commissions, and then they charge the lowest swap fees that I've seen so far. And so that's why I would go with a weekly swing trend on LMFX. So now you guys get a chance to see what brokers which accept U.S. clients. This is on forexfactory.com. You can check out babypips.com. You can check out, we just type it on Google, and this is basically if you're a U.S. client here in the United States. This doesn't pertain to someone that lives in a different country, because I don't know what country you're from. I don't know what country you're gonna be registering to that broker as. And so I'm just strictly doing it for the United States, because I live in the US. So now you guys get a chance to see what I look at and what I've been looking at. There's no economic data news releases for tonight, so I don't anticipate anything at all for tonight. It'd probably be a really, really slow Sunday, unless something happens with North Korea or China. That's all I can think of, unless Japan decides to make up a speech. I really don't expect anything. You can see that for today on investing.com, there's nothing. But you click tomorrow, UK's got a holiday, so I probably would not budge on on the pound. Other than that, the only thing I'd be trading would be get a good trade balance. Yep, the good trade balance at 7:30, and then right after that I got classes. So I got classes. I'm starting my classes tomorrow, so I won't be able to do videos as much as I can. And the reason why I'm making this video, so you guys can take this video, rewatch it, keep watching it, and that way you guys can understand why I trade and what I look at when I trade. So let's move on to why I trade USDJPY and why I trade gold. US dollar index is very important to pay attention to. If you do not pay attention to the US dollar index, then there's no point trading US pairs. I don't know if anyone even talks about that, but I learned that when I was with a company that had some professional traders, and they were talking about it. And this was back in January, so I'm talking about 8 months ago. And I was brand new to the Forex trading. It is very, very crucial to pay attention to what happens to the US dollar index. If the US dollar index rises, okay, you see investing.com has it right here. You can click on it. Obviously nothing's gonna happen, but I always click on the candles. And then it's on the 15-minute chart. You guys can see that, and you can see the arrow pointing down because it dropped so much on Friday from 93 all the way to 92.4. That is nuts. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes all the way down to 90, 91 or 90. I don't expect non-farm payroll to be positive for this upcoming Friday anyways. So this is very important when you're trading any US pairs. It is very important. Doesn't matter if USD CAD, USD Swiss franc, or USDJPY. The reason why I trade USDJPY is because it is the most volatile US currency pair. It is the most sensitive currency pair. It even talks about it in this book. If you guys don't have this book, I recommend it. And they give a lot of free stuff, free knowledge. I mean, they talk about, Fibonacci. They talk about support and resistance. They talk about key news events. They talk about what to pay attention for if there is a key news event. They talk about, if U.S. went to war, what would happen. If they talk about every single currency, they talk about what happens to the Bank of England, the Bank of Europe. They talk about what happens in Australia, New Zealand. I mean, and they even talk about the exotic pairs. And so they talk about all the commodities and the stock exchange, all that stuff. It's nuts. And I only read certain chapters because I wanted to see exactly what I knew and what I didn't know. And so, I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't read the whole book, but like I said, there are certain chapters that I read. And it's very important because you have to understand news events affect the US dollar a lot more. And if you're not paying attention to the US dollar index, I can't stress it enough, it's your own fault. You have to pay attention to what happens with the US dollar index because that determines what happens to all the US currency pairs. So, hence the reason why I trade USDJPY, because it fluctuates so much in pips versus USD CAD and USD Swiss franc. I don't like trading USD Swiss franc because they say it does inverse with euro. And if you really want to know what inverses with what pairs, I have, if you guys see my wall here, I'll show you guys. I have so much freaking papers on this wall from 3 months ago. And I'm still adding more papers to this wall. And it's nuts. That's my vision board, but I mean, it's crazy. And then I have this as well. I have exactly my schedule, what I want to look at for the summer. Here's the thing for the summer. Gas prices rise up. Okay, I know I'm touching a different subject. Gas prices rise up. So USD CAD's got to drop. That doesn't make the US dollar strong. We're not big on exporting oil. We're not. Okay? Canada is. Canada's main export is oil, if you didn't know that. It even talks about in this book that Canada's main source of export is oil. So if you're trading USD CAD and gas and oil prices go up, the US dollar is going to drop. The USD CAD is going to drop. That's it, plain and simple. When winter comes, I was looking at last year's trend for USD CAD. And then I started looking back a couple years back, and I was like, this pattern is just so obvious. USD CAD rises in the summertime. Rises in the winter time, but falls during the summer. And I couldn't figure it out until this book and some other. There's some Forex apps that I look at as well. I got some Forex apps here. I'll show you guys. I recommend, if you have the smartphone, go check out Forex Hero. They talk a lot about, they go more in depth. Forex Hero, and then Go Forex is a pretty good one too. They talk about what each country does to make money in their economy and what their exports are, what they import, and all that stuff. It's crazy, and it's very important to know what their economy lives on. If you don't know what their economy lives on, then you don't know exactly what they're making money off of. We all need to know that, right? Manufacturing is huge, right? Trump is trying to bring manufacturing back to the U.S. I don't know if that's really going to happen since China is the #1 manufacturer, but it is very important to know what the economy brings in and what they bring out. And so I was looking back at USD CAD and I noticed that it rises in the wintertime because gas prices go down, and it goes and then it goes down in the summer because gas prices and oil prices go up. That is plain and simple. That's an easy pattern to read off of. So if you were to trade USD CAD, I don't trade USD CAD, but that's what I noticed. And if you go back to euro and pound, they rise up in the summer, but they end up falling back in the winter. Not a lot of people travel from the US to other countries, so the dollar is not being exchanged as much in the summer. The reason why the US dollar drops so much in the summer because a lot of people are traveling to different countries, so which makes other currencies more valuable. That is just another easy tip to understand. I know what to expect for next summer. I know what to expect as soon as late spring. I'm talking about the month of May. Okay? The reason why I look at the month of May because the last semester of college. Okay? Everyone's going to be back in school starting tomorrow. Well, most everyone is. And then after Labor Day, I'm predicting that the US dollar is going to rise up after Labor Day. No more vacations. Everyone's got to come back to the United States and start back to their normal routine. Going back to school, going back to work, right? So guess where all that money's being spent? Here in the US. So guess what happens to the US dollar? It rises. I mean, I'm just going back to what I've just been noticing in the past, the trends that I've been looking at. And so, I mean, unless, a recession hits or if the depression of, the markets collapse. But I mean, that's, every 10-20 years from, I don't know what it is, but it's about 10 to 20 years the market collapses. Okay, and I'm talking about the world's economy. I mean, this is the most, I don't know how much more free knowledge I can really give. I mean, every knowledge is learned from someone else, from a book, from a forum, from someone that knew what they were trading on. The experiences that you look at charts every day, and then you start to figure out what currency pairs you want to trade off of. My first, when I made that 26,000, it was off of one currency pair, one pair, USDJPY. It wasn't gold. I didn't start trading gold till 2 months after that, because I wasn't comfortable trading gold. The spreads were high, and I didn't know what gold was worth. I didn't know what it was until someone told me what gold was. And I was like, wow, it inverses with the US dollar. And that's why that's the reason why I go back to USDJPY. It fluctuates the most pips. And I'm going to show you guys these two charts here. I'm going to minimize this right now. I'm going to show you guys why you cannot go wrong trading USDJPY and gold. And then I'll show you guys. Cannot go wrong. I'm going to minimize myself here. You can't. So bear with me, guys. And so you guys can see this is on a daily chart. Look at the opposite direction of where they're going. Look at USDJPY. It's it's the opposite. This is on a daily chart on tradingview.com. You cannot go wrong trading these two pairs. You just can't. If USDJPY is rising up, that means the US dollar index is gaining an uptrend, momentum. It's gaining, positive feedback. Guess what happens to gold? It says XAUUSD. So XAU means like it's an ounce of gold against the US dollar. And so obviously if US dollar is going up, the US pairs are going to rise up. Gold's going to drop back. That's it. Plain and simple. If the US dollar drops, gold rises. They call gold as a safe haven in case if there was war against US, any tensions, any political tensions, if the economic news was bad for all week, then the investors turn their bets and their positions into gold and just buy gold instead because it's much safer and it holds a higher value than the US dollar. And you can see on the daily chart it is completely opposite. You can see that USDJPY is rising. Going down. Sorry, it's on a downtrend. You can see that it's on a downtrend, and that you can see that gold is on an uptrend, and it's coming to a point. It is coming to a point where gold's going to have to drop back. You can already tell that it's coming to a point where gold's going to drop back, and that USDJPY is going to start rising back up. Very interesting how it all works out in 3 months of summer, because I live in 4 seasons. Okay, so this is the last month of summer. This is the last week of August. Labor Day weekend is coming up this weekend, and I wouldn't be surprised after Labor Day that the US dollar recovers, regains its strength, and then just shoots itself back up. I wouldn't be surprised. Once you understand, I just cannot stress this enough. Once you understand the pattern of where the currencies are going, you cannot lose. You just can't. Yes, there will be days, I'm not going to lie, there will be days where, like I said, last week was a struggle. The other week was a struggle because it was just consolidating. It was just ranging here and there. And so it wasn't really good for swinging at all. You just had a scalp here and there. And so, like I said, you're going to have those days. If Trump shuts the government down, yes, the US dollar drops. All US pairs drop. But it's just going to be like in a little tight range consolidation period until they let off the shutdown process. And so, this is basic stuff, and I don't know how much more simpler I can make it for you guys to understand. And I hope that this video helps you guys. And like I said, I devoted a lot of time and committed a lot of time, even with watching my 2 daughters at home, and being married, being a family man. I gave up my sleep time. Even though I was sleeping, I still had my 2 iPhones with me staring at the charts on a demo chart, on a demo at the LMFX demo contest, because I wanted to win. I wanted to make sure that I knew what I was doing when I was trading, because I didn't want to keep losing anymore. And so you have to be committed and focused every single day. I don't ever take a break. I don't. Yes, today's Sunday. We went shopping at the mall, whatever. But I'm still thinking about the charts. I'm still thinking about Forex. I eat, sleep, and breathe Forex. You have to be obsessed. You have to be committed. You have to be willing to do whatever it takes to be number one, to be at top of your game. I know that someone else is going to be on top of me. I know that because I want someone else to take this knowledge and take it to a whole new level. I can only take it upon myself as much as I can, you know. And so you have to be willing to sacrifice in order to make these adjustments and win. And you have to be willing to adapt into the Forex market at any time. The trends can reverse on you. I talk about that. The day that has the most volatile day, you got to be ready for those reversals. Friday, everyone expected Euro was going to drop because they didn't expect Mario Draghi to say good stuff about the central bank of Europe. I mean, just because Yellen couldn't provide any good facts for the U.S. economy doesn't mean that he can't provide anything good for the euro. You have to be ready. I'm going to go back to last week here. Euro has not gone back to 119. It's been fluctuating from 117 to 118. So, I mean, when it consolidates around there, obviously it still has room to push up even higher. Of course, I'm going to buy it. I'm not going to go off of what happened to what the U.S. speech. The U.S. speech does not dictate what happens to the euro. Okay? But I mean, when we go back into where the Feds are speaking, of course, if the U.S. pairs dropped, then every other pair like the euro, the pound, Australia, New Zealand, you know, Canada, the yen, China dollar, all that stuff, they all are going to rise up. And so I'm going back to the speeches because a lot of people thought that since the U.S. speech was bad, that they thought that the euro speech was going to be bad. You can't think like that. You gotta remember, you know, this pertains to that currency. And so, oh man, I don't even know what else to talk about. I had been, oh shoot, it's 4 o'clock. Damn, I can't even do anything. Shoot. Hang on, guys. It's 4 o'clock. Just trying to see what the market is at. USDJPY. Okay, here we go. This is LMFX, guys. Like I anticipate, USDJPY opening going down. This is on the 1 minute chart. Damn, went down even further, but I missed out. Okay, so USDJPY went all the way down to 109.1. Well, we can't do anything for gold until 5 o'clock. And look at euro. I still had some buy positions from euro. Oh crap. Sorry guys. And look at the 1 minute chart here. It is shooting up. Okay. And so trading view doesn't really hit till like I think almost the same time as FinPro at 405. So the reason that's why I like LMFX because they don't ever stop. They just keep going. That's what I like about LMFX. They do it nonstop, which I love that. I wish FinPro didn't do that, but I guess they need the extra 5 minutes to figure out, you know, what's going on in people's accounts, I guess, so they can charge swap fees and stuff. That's the only thing I don't like about them. See now you guys can see that it just started, and it's 4:02, so 2 minutes after. This is on TradingView, and I mean, I don't even know what else. Well, I don't even know what else I would. You know what? Let me talk about my schedule here. I have different sets of schedules that I used to look at. There was a scalping schedule, there was a swinging schedule, there was a schedule for Monday trading, there was a schedule for Tuesday trading. I just wiped it all out because every season is different. You cannot anticipate the market to be the same season. I already talked about what happens with oil prices. That is a no-brainer to trade off a USD CAD. 3 months of summer goes down that much, and then 3 months of the winter goes back up because of oil prices going down. I mean, you can't beat that. And if you look at the trend for the US dollar, it is stronger in the fall and winter time versus the summertime. I don't know why it is, but that's just how it is. Unless there's a government shutdown, unless the economy collapses, or U.S. is in war with some other country. And so it's pretty, yeah, it is pretty crucial to understand, you know, the seasons and when the climate changes. And so, and like I said, I trade USDJPY and gold. I'm showing you those charts on TradingView. They are the complete opposite. They inverse. And if you really want to know, oh my God, if you really want to know what pairs inverse, what opposite pairs to trade off of, all you gotta do is just Google. Let me type this in so people. It's funny how some Forex traders, I don't know what it is, but they act like they know everything. They act like they got the top-notch proprietary software, proprietary education, whatever. I really don't care what they have to say. Ain't nobody gonna be teaching for free just like me. That's all I'm gonna say. Ain't nobody gonna be giving out free knowledge like me. They talk about how much they're making, they talk about this, but then they're not willing to give you free knowledge and free tools. You can't go wrong going with baby pips. Baby pips, they got some great stuff. You know, you go to Beginner's Guide of FX Trading. You can even YouTube what pairs inverse and what pairs follow each other. But I'm gonna go back to Google here so you guys can see. Oh, there we go. So this is the live account. Everything just perfectly worked. Well, gold's not doing anything until later. So I'm gonna keep these positions open because I'm paying the swap fee already, and I wouldn't be surprised if it stays with this trend because last Sunday I messed this up. I know I'm jumping from last Sunday. I showed you guys I was up like whatever $7, $8 on those 2-cent lots when USDJPY opened, and then I made a stupid choice of saying it's gonna rise up. It's gonna start the uptrend. Nope. It didn't start that uptrend till Wednesday morning. So I messed up on that part. So I'm gonna keep this trend going until it decides to change. Like I said, there's no economic data news tonight. So I'm gonna keep up with this trend as much as I can. Anything can happen in London session, but like I said, there's no news tonight. There's barely any news for London sessions, and so I'm just gonna keep this trend tonight. I already told you guys this is gonna be a long video. I'll show you guys. Like I said, I had Forex traders trying to tell me that, oh yeah, you know, it's a secret. I knew this pair inverses with this pair, which I think is BS because all you gotta do is just type in this Forex currency pairs inverse. This they talk about the in parallel. Parallel means pairs that follow each other. Euro and pound follow each other. Very rarely do they ever separate apart from following each other. You can see, which pairs go hand in hand. What did I have here on my paper on my feed the need mn.com. Oh, of course they don't have it. I mean, on the wall here I have. I'll just take it apart and show it to you guys. Maybe not a bad idea. I was gonna take it apart. Currency pairs, the inverse. I mean, there's so much stuff, and like this one, Euro USD and USD Swiss franc inverse each other. Basic stuff. You can Google it. I mean, it's nothing new. I'm just saying it's nothing new. There's nothing new about this. When someone, I just can't believe what blows my mind is when people, other Forex traders say that they know it because they found out for themselves, which I think that's so BS. It is so messed up for top professionals saying that they know what they know. They learned it from someone else. They learned it from the book. They learned it from this and that. Yes, self-education is very important. You have to be willing to stare at charts. You have to be willing to understand when the market shifts. You have to understand the trend reversals. You have to understand that for yourself. But this stuff is basic stuff. And so that just blows my mind when someone tries to tell me that, oh yeah, I got it for myself. I learned this because I just trade these two pairs. I think that's BS. This is just my opinion. You don't have to believe me, but that's what I believe. There's so much basic free knowledge out there. All you have to do is just be willing to search for it, do your research, do your due diligence, and you can find out what you want to trade. You can find out if this is the career path that you want. You can find out if this is what might end up being your profession. Forex is not for everyone. And I strongly suggest that if you're just chasing the money, you have to go find something that you're truly passionate about. I can't stress that enough. You're going to chase the money, you might as well go work for someone for 30, 40 bucks an hour. There's no point trading Forex. Yes, you can make 30, 40 bucks in 5 seconds, I'll tell you that. But I don't know how disciplined you are. I don't know how consistent you want to be. And I don't know if you have the ambition and the desire to make it happen. And it goes back to your mindset and your attitude towards how life is. And so if that's the way you want to live your life, then go ahead. Chase money all you want. I don't want to be the guy chasing money anymore. I'm just being honest. If that's what you want to do is chase money, go ahead. You can chase the money all you want. I don't care. You'll never ever be satisfied. And that's not, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about in life. You'll never ever be satisfied. It's just like you as a single guy chasing women all day long. You'll never ever be satisfied. You'll never ever settle with one lady. And that's the way you want to live. That's the way you want to live. I don't care. What is more important to you is how you want to justify and how you really want to live your life. and how you really want to make it happen. I know I'm moving on to like personal development now, but you have to you have to be willing to make that shift and understand that if you do Forex, you're not just doing it because everyone else is doing it. You don't just jump on because everyone is doing Forex. There has to be a reason behind why you're doing it. You have to define your purpose in Forex. What's your vision in Forex? You have to be willing to find that out. Don't just say you're gonna do it because someone else is making 10 grand a month. I highly doubt you're gonna be making 10 grand a month with like that person is. You should probably ask them how long it took that person to make 10 grand a month, and how consistent they are in making 10,000 a month. Anyone can make 10 grand, in a month. I freaking flipped and count in 2 weeks to 26,000. Anyone can do it. I don't know how persistent you are. I don't know what your personality is. I don't know your attitude. You have to put that all in. Your mindset's got to change. You have to be willing to devote a lot of time and effort into staring at charts and to understand what currency pairs you want to trade, how the Forex market, shifts, uptrends, downtrends, trend reversals. You have to understand all that stuff. You have to. And I can keep going and talking about, why I trade, how to trade, all this stuff. It would end up being like a 6-hour movie pretty much. And so, like I said, I hope that you guys can, take this and give it all you got. If you're that serious, give it all you got. Don't sleep. Sacrifice your sleep time. Sacrifice whatever you can. If you're that serious, and you have to be willing to give out that time and effort in anything that you want to be successful at. You don't just become successful overnight. And I don't know how much more I'm just be honest, I don't know how much more knowledge I can give out. I've been doing videos as much as I can every single day, except Saturdays. But from Monday through Friday, I want to be able to give out as much as I can. Why I trade. Like I said, I don't want to be a guy be the guy sending out a YouTube video so you can copy the trades and use it as signals. That's not what I want to be known for. This has just been a diary for me. This has been a journey for me. This is a journal. That's all there is. And along the way, each video that I make, I always give out free tips and advice. And so I really don't know everything about Forex. But there is some stuff out there that should be taught for free, to be honest. And I think and Forex education should be free. I don't know why you have to pay to learn to trade Forex, and then you gotta put your own money to trade Forex. I just think that's total BS. If you're not willing to give someone free knowledge on trading the Forex market, it is the most volatile financial liquid market out there. It is so volatile. You can lose money in seconds, but yet they charge you 10, 20,000, 5,000, whatever for their course because it's so awesome or proprietary, whatever crap it is. I don't care how proprietary it is. Like I said, I don't care what they have to offer, because on the side I taken some IT security courses and want to be able to be a certified hacker as well. And so I would love to take their proprietary software apart and figure out exactly what they have. I highly doubt they'll ever let me do that, but You know, that's why they call it proprietary. Awesome word. Like I said, I mean, you can make money going off with the indicators that are in the MetaTrader 4 app or MetaTrader 5 app. You don't need robots. You don't need crazy proprietary software to make a lot of money. If I can make money off of one currency pair back in January and lose it all in one currency pair using MACD RSI, that's it. I don't even know how much more do you really need to make money. And let's talk about money here. This would be the last thing I'm going to talk about. You got to have a specific goal, how much you want to make per day, per week, and per month. And then a long-term goal, how much you want to make at the end of the year. That's it. You got to. You got to be... I'll show you guys right here. Let me show you guys what I have. Right here. This is my schedule that I did up for the summer. Make 500 to 1,000 a day, 1K to 5,000 per week. I'll show you guys another one. It's on my vision board. This is the first paper. The first one. Show you guys. Look at that. Forex money chart, scalping per 1 minute strategy. Okay. I wrote down what to look for. Okay. And look. Let me show you guys. $100 a day times 30 days is 3,000 a month. This is basic math. If you make $700 a day times 30 days, I know you guys just saw that. No, you guys saw that, right? That's 21,000 per month. If you make $700 a day consistently for 30 days, but we don't really trade Saturday and Sunday. So, like I said, this is on a 30-day. $100 times 30 days, that's 3,000 a month. Or you make 700 a day times 30 days equals 21,000 a month. This is basic math. It is just basic math that you just have to understand how much you really want to make per day, per week, per month, and how much you want to make long term. I had that paper up in when I lost my 26,000 back in March. Those papers up there that I showed you before, I had those for this back in July. But that paper right there, been on that vision board. I recommend all you get a vision board. Some of you might not think law of attraction works. Some might think it works, but it works. It takes time. You gotta have delayed gratification. Instant gratification is, you just gotta take that out of your mindset. You don't ever want to rush your positions in Forex. You don't want to be buying when it's already at the highest value. You don't want to be selling it when it's already at the lowest value. You don't want to screw that up. I mean, so there you guys have it. I mean, I don't know how much more, like I said, I don't know how much more, knowledge I can give out. I mean, I'm really like giving out as much as I can today because of so many people asking me. If you think my stuff is BS, fine. You don't even have to watch this. I'm not asking for you to subscribe, or not asking you for you to click the like button. I'm not asking for you to watch this video. This is for the video that for some of you that's been requesting constantly, and so that's why I'm making this video for those that have been requesting for it. So I mean, if this doesn't work out for you, that's fine. I mean, I don't care. But at the end of the day, you pay your own bills, I pay my own bills, I do what I need to do, you do what you need to do. That's it. If someone's willing to give out free knowledge, don't take it for granted. I could charge money if I wanted to, but I don't believe in that. I'm dead serious. I don't believe in charging people a couple $100, $1,000, 5,000, 10,000. Basic, free knowledge. I don't know how much more basic can it get, you know. And so I really hope that, you know, you guys take it to the next level and be serious and be very committed and dedicated into the new Forex. If you're just chasing the money, I don't care how much you chase. Like I said, you'll never be satisfied. Just like chasing women, you'll never be satisfied. You'll never settle. You'll never ever settle. You'll never be content. You are just gonna be doing what you need to do to chase more money. By the time you know it, you're gonna end up losing it all. I'm just being honest. If you think I'm just BSing you all the way, don't even watch this video. I don't care what you watch. I don't care who you listen to. That's all I'm saying. So there you guys have it. I mean, it's almost 4:30. Pretty sure this video is almost over an hour long, and I'm pretty sure I talked way too long. And the market's just open. I'm still positive. I'll show you guys. Gold doesn't open until 5 o'clock, so we really can't do anything yet. But I'm still positive. Euro still sitting at 119.4. Gold still at, oh well, try to rally back up. So I mean, like I said, I mean, you just can't go wrong with the trend. Just don't buy at the last minute when the trend is already up so high, and don't sell it when the trend is so low already. Don't do that. You're gonna screw yourself over, because that's when the trend reverses on you. Price points. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be another 15-20 minutes. Like I said, you gotta know your price points. You gotta know your price values. There's always a gap on that price value. So I'll talk about it tomorrow. Like I said, I talk a little bit, way too much on this video, and I hope that this video will guide you through, will help you, assist you in any way in Forex trading or life in general. And so I know I don't talk much about personal development, but when I did network marketing and I did direct sales, personal development is very important. So there's a lot of great leadership books out there, a lot of great self-development books out there that I still read today, because it made me who I am, and made me realize that there's much more to life than just being a rich and famous person, you know. And so I want to strive to make a positive difference, not a negative difference. There's a difference in that. When people say make a difference, you know, you don't know which direction to take it as. Make it a positive day. Don't make it a negative day. And so, like I said, I just hope that, you know, you don't just take this and don't do anything with it. I mean, I'm just being honest. If you're not gonna do anything with it, don't even freaking watch it. That's all I gotta say. You're just wasting time watching it then. And like I said, this will be the first and last long video I make, because I don't ever want to make a long video like this. This is ridiculous. So I hope this helps you guys out. You guys have a great rest of your Sunday or Monday in other countries. I mean, I'm just telling you, just do what you gotta do. and you go all out. Learn from your mistakes, experience those mistakes, and repeat it and keep doing it. And until you find out what exactly is your niche and your momentum of positive effects, whatever, and whatever works for you, stay there. And then focus on what your weaknesses are. And then when you figure out what your weaknesses are, strengthen those weaknesses. Uh, and then you can go back to what you're good at, and then you can strengthen what you're good at. You can strengthen your skill sets to be better. Make sure you're good at something. Don't be try to be a jack of all trades. Master of all trades, master of none. That's all I'm saying. Jack of all trades is BS. That's all I gotta say. Master something. I'm telling you, you gotta master something. Alright, guys, that's it. Have a great Sunday.